Okay, yes, happy Tuesday. And we'd like, since our president is here, Ernest Ordonez, we'd like you to say something if you can. Okay, yes, you're in mute. Oops, you're in mute, Ernie. You're in mute. We cannot hear you. We cannot hear you. Please unmute, Ernie. Please unmute so we can hear you. You're still in mute.
Okay, please proceed. Yeah, good morning. Please proceed. Can you hear me? Please proceed because my static is terrible. But please proceed, Robert Chibango. Please proceed.
Robert
Okay.
will go through the
Thank you. Please proceed. Good morning. Please
Yes,
proceed.
yes.
Static is possible. Okay.
All right. May we ask, of course, Bernie, to help us to start with what you have posted here. You have states the ABC Management Association Partnership. Of course, we have all of this prestigious organization. Those are our partners here. And what do you call that? And next, can you show the next one? Yes, there you are. And also Management Association of the Philippines. We have, of course, other partners to include RI Chemicals, Bounty Agriculture, Fast Laboratories. Next. Wow. Here are the members, just for you to know. All right. Okay. Yes. Next. There you are. Okay. Yes, this morning we're so honored to have our Iloilo Agribusiness Countryside Development resource speaker by the name of Hector Malio. Okay, Agriculture Center's Chief of Iloilo Provincial Agriculture Office. So, yes, I'd like to call Hector to let's welcome Hector. Yes. How are you, Hector?
Well, I'm quite nervous to, first of all, good morning to everybody. This is quite a challenge for me being a person from the countryside. But I'm pretty sure this would also be a good experience.
Excellent. Yes. Okay.
Feel
So,
comfortable, Hector.
yeah, feel comfortable because you're better than us. So you don't have to be nervous about it, no? Yes. So we're excited to hear you and share with us all your information and knowledge. And, so we call it this every Happy Tuesday because we're happy to hear from our guest speaker and our agricultural. You see, this is what the country needs, as what Ernie said, no, and all our no less than our president, no, so food security. So without much ado, we'd like you, Hector, to carry on and start.
So do I start now?
Yes, yes, that time is so valuable. By the way, up to how long can you extend your talk? We normally have from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock the formal talk, and then after that 9 o'clock it becomes informal, and we'd like to just normally we end at around before 10 o'clock in the morning. So
Okay, that would be great. That would be great. No, I have scheduled all my morning for this activity.
wow, okay, great. So we hope that we can maximize you up to 10 o'clock in the morning. So for the informal part, no? So we have now up to 9 o'clock the formal talk, and then a few formal questions, and then after that we go to the from 9 o'clock up to 10 we go to the informal questions and so on.
Yeah, okay. I'm very honored.
Yes, meet us too. Go ahead now. Carry on now.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and a happy Tuesday. Thank
Yes.
you for taking the time to listen to today's presentation on what we have done and are currently doing in the Iloilo Provincial Agriculture Office. Through careful observation, study and planning, consistent and conscientious actions, along with strict yet sensible assessments and performance reviews, our office was able to come up with programs and projects that can guide and support our communities in their path towards a progressive, dynamic, and peaceful communities. The Iloilo Provincial Office envisions an abundant, safe, and quality food supply for every Ilonggo. Our programs are geared towards poverty alleviation, food sufficiency, environmental protection and rehabilitation, together with enhancing and improving the delivery of basic services. Our beloved Governor, Arthur R. Defensor Jr., always emphasizes that our services should get as far as the doorstep of every Ilonggo home that we serve. We are serving communities who have once upon a time given up on us, walked away from us, and even fought us because we gave up on them. More specifically, we failed to provide solutions that truly address their needs. The root of dissent is discontent. Any person will always feel anxious and uneasy if one feels that he or she fails to get the attention and care he believes he deserves in addressing his basic needs, especially from organizations tasked to provide help and protection. For us, at the Iloilo Provincial Agriculture Office, the implementation of these programs depends on providing the appropriate, relevant, concrete, and reliable assistance for the needs and requirements of our farmers. Our objective is to ensure that our assistance and support will provide knowledge, understanding, and suitable directions to all those we serve and seek help from us. Simply put, community work is not about us. It is the community. It's not about what we want for ourselves. Attention, popularity, glowing press releases and impressive reports, power, or monetary rewards. It's about what community truly needs. Discontent builds distrust. We cannot be credible if we are not dependable. Neither will we be believable if our sincerity and integrity at work and in everyday life are questionable. Our service to the community is not a competition. Neither is it about pointing fingers at a team that we believe should be helping. Our responsibility is to study what we can do and deliver the best we can under the circumstances and resources available. We are proactive in anticipating needs and determining what else can be strengthened, added, improved to be effective in delivering the service expected of us. Most of all, we don't allow fear of failure to deter us from fulfilling the mandate to serve. Establishing effective community relations is not a competition between different agencies and organizations. In my experience, we serve the public best when those of us who provide for the different needs of the community collaborate and cooperate among ourselves. We work together. We support the community better. And each of the organizations grows stronger because we learn with each other. In serving the people, we don't need to be perfect. We just need to keep trying. After all, success, according to Winston Churchill, is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. But where do we start? Well, we start from the very beginning. It's a very good place to start, as that popular children's song goes. These are the sectors of production areas that the Iloilo Provincial Agriculture Office focuses on. First is in livestock production. Livestock plays an important role in rural development. It contributes to the livelihoods of rural folks. It also helps in meeting the fast-growing demands for livestock products. This also increases land utilization. Farm production is enhanced by extending land area utilized, diversifying activity for crop cultivation. Artificial insemination is very beneficial to livestock farmers. It increases productivity and profit. This includes increased safety of animals, both in terms of health and physical, increased production efficiency, and better genetics. As of this, our program nowadays is focused, because of the ASF, our program nowadays is focused on the upgrading of our cattle. We try to inseminate our local cattle with those that are fast-growing breeds. We have the Brahman, and we also have already here the Wagyu breed. So we're trying as much as we can to improve the genetic makeup of our cattle to make our beef products very competitive in the market. A competitive beef product would spell out help for the farmers in terms of the price of their animals. We're not only involved in production, we also see to it that the environment is protected. So we have the proper program for proper waste management. What you can see is a biogas structure. Animal waste management is the utilization of nutrients in animal waste, and in the process protects our natural resources. The most common concern with animal waste is the release of large quantities of carbon dioxide and ammonia, which contributes to greenhouse effect and pollution of water sources. Those who are in the hog farms, which pollution is a prevalent issue, we intercede with them in the construction of their waste management structure. This one is a biogas. We not only try to manage its waste management, but also help the farmers in saving their fuel costs for their household. We have the goat production. Goats are raised for many different products, such as milk and meat. Compared to standard cow, soy, or nuts milk, goat's milk has more protein per serving. Protein in goat milk is more digestible. Actually, if you have lactose intolerance, goat's milk is highly recommended. Goat meat is low in saturated fat and cholesterol level. Goat meat is a good source of high quality meat. We also have the dairy cattle and milk production program. Dairy cattle are the most efficient of all farm livestock in converting feed protein and energy to food. World milk production is entirely sourced from cattle, carabao, and goats. Milk production addresses the malnutrition problem as well as the livelihood problem in the countryside by providing a steady supply of fresh milk. Our government has launched an initiative of school-based feeding program to improve nutritional status and school performance, whereby fresh milk is an important component. We, at the Livestock Division of the Iloilo Provincial Agriculture Office, we have our own milking cows. We identify communities where there is a prevalent number of malnourished children. And this is where we get to have our programs implemented. We give out fresh cow's milk to them. Second is in fisheries. We have the Fisheries Integrated Program. This involves fishery law enforcement and coastal resource management. Fishery law enforcement has three components: monitoring, control and surveillance, Coastal resource management involves the restoration and protection of our marine environment, most especially marine protected areas. This involves the deployment of different artificial reefs, structures, fish aggregating device, and coral gardening. What you see right now in the picture is that of coral gardening. These structures, The cemented thing that looks like a box is an artificial reef structure. That is the box type. The other one is a jackstone type. No? They are being dropped at the bottom of the sea, and corals would grow on it eventually. Okay. Another program we have is the seaweed farming. Seaweed farming helps address poverty and environmental issues. Aquaculture helps address climate change by dumping wave energy and protecting shorelines. It elevates water pH and supply oxygen, thereby reducing effects of ocean acidification. We have the protection of blue crab for sustainable production. Actually, right now, the Philippines is prohibited from exporting crab meat because they found out that we don't have a sustainable way of producing crabs. The Iloilo Provincial Agriculture Office has established a crab hatchery. The rising demands for different food products opens opportunities for seafood as an internationally traded food commodity. However, it also gave rise to growing concern as to its sustainability. Since 2008 up to the present, there is a steady decrease in production. That crab hatchery, that picture of the crab hatchery, I show the slide of a crab hatchery. This crab hatchery slide now, and then the next picture is that of a gravid crab. Usually, these are the eggs of the crab. So our nursery hopes to buy these gravid crabs being sold and put into the crab hatchery. When the eggs are hatched, and those hatch crabs reach juvenile stage, they would again be put back into their natural habitat. So that is the program of the Fisheries Division of the Iloilo Provincial Agriculture Office. To support all this production, we also have the value adding. This involves freshwater and seawater products. Development in the countryside does not only involve production. It is strengthened by the processing of high value added products. Innovation in product and processes increases productivity. A value added product is a saleable commodity that has been enhanced by additional qualities that make it worth a higher price than the raw materials used to make it. It may be more convenient, more effective, more palatable, or easier to use than its raw ingredients. The third is in crop production. I only choose a few of the commodities which we are now putting emphasis. The first is the cacao and coffee production. Coffee and cacao production significantly contributes to poverty alleviation and growth through livelihood and job generation. It has small startup capital. 90% of coffee and cacao growers are small producers. We have the governor, our beloved governor, has instructed us. No, this is the sad state of our cacao program here in Iloilo. But the governor has instructed us to fill in the gap of the production and the marketing. As of now, we depend so much on the chocolates that are imported, or if not, being manufactured outside of Iloilo, despite our abundance of cacao fruits. So we're trying to find means how to be able to fill up that gap. The second program that we're trying to put emphasis into is improving rice production through improved seeds distribution. Good seed is a foundation for sustained rice production. The use of quality seeds can increase crop yield up to 25%. New superior variety of rice have a very important role in improving rice productivity. That's the rationale why we focus in helping rice farmers through the giving out of high-yielding rice varieties. We not only have programs to increase production, but also to promote peaceful community and agri-tourism. Conflict and violence force people out of their communities, leaving them without resources or means to start anew. A safe, secure countryside will spur economic growth.
BPI card.
A safer and more secure
Hello.
country.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, yes, Rene, can you please mute yourself because our speaker is making his presentation. Thank you, Rene. Yeah, thank you, Rene. Go ahead. Yes, Hector.
Thank you, sir. A safer and more secure countryside will bring about economic growth, which is not only expansive, but inclusive as well. Actually, we have just concluded our program. We are the implementer of the Duterte administration banner program, which we commonly call the LCAC, and local communist armed conflict. We were the implementer for the livelihood programs. We gave out livelihood, mostly in livestock to the rebel-cleared areas in the mountainous municipalities of Iloilo. We are proud to say that in the whole Philippines, we are one of the entity who was able to implement the livelihood program 100%. No? So that's quite a motivation for us to do more better the next time. No? We might be accomplishing another 150%. By 150, I am talking that the program would be very sustainable. No? Programs like this, sometimes the big question mark on how the community would be able to sustain these programs. Next. We also put emphasis on agritourism. Agritourism helps preserve rural lifestyle and landscape, and at the same time, an additional income. This combines aspects in tourism and agriculture to provide financial, educational, and social benefits to tourists, producers, and communities. Okay. For a while, I think something went wrong. Hindi ma-play.
Okay na. I think it's now it's in the port of Iloilo. Yes. Hector, yeah.
Yeah. The province of Iloilo has an intensive and efficient transport infrastructures, which is essential for a well-functioning economy and its development. I think I have to go back to the agritourism. Okay, these pictures, this is supposedly a video, no? It shows the clients of this goat farm feeding the kids of the goats, no? So the come on of this farm is you would be able to interact with the animals. Next. Here we can see visitors trying to feed the goats. No, it's an experience for us that we would be able to interact with these animals. Okay, so back to the infrastructures. We also have the province of Iloilo has an intensive and efficient transport infrastructure, which is essential for a well-functioning economy and its development. It is designed effectively as an engine of productivity and improve quality of life of its people. As per my personal observation, a lot of transport vehicles coming from Luzon delivering products are delivering products here in the province of Iloilo. But the sad thing to say, most of them goes back empty. Simply said, we still lack in producing products that people in Metro Manila needs, no? Or maybe we still don't have that many consolidators who can bring our products to Metro Manila. In conclusion, our office keeps faith and stay true. The tasks we face may seem too complex and daunting, and at times may overwhelm us. But we can do it one day, one step at a time. We will stumble and fall. No doubt about it. But if we keep in mind that success comes from rising from every failure, then we will, in the end, prevail. Again, thank you. Happy Tuesday and good morning to all.
Amazing. Yes, Hector.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, go ahead.
Robert,
Yep.
my video and my audio is perfect now. I'm in the provincial capital of Batangas, and I'd like to ask this question because it's important, especially for the first hour, because the first hour, Mr. Mali, our guest speaker, is broadcasted through YouTube to Asia, Europe, and America. So I'd like to ask this question. You answered before the 9 o'clock deadline comes in. Mr. Malio, every time we ask the speaker that since our departed chairman, honorary chair Ramon Osorio, told us that the forum should not only educate us and help us do our own business, we should also be the people who will help the speaker spread the good word. So before we open the question to open forum, I'd like you to answer this question. What can we here do to spread your word? For example, we belong to different provinces. Do you think we should talk to our own provincial governor or our own senators or congressmen? In other words, what can we do to help you bring your mission? You're doing a great job for Iloilo. And even introduction, we know you're helping the entire Western Visayas. The question is, what can we do when we leave this room to help you spread your vision so that our chairman said after the forum, you find out what you can do to help people's lives become better. And you're helping people's lives become better. So what can we do to help you bring your vision? Thank you.
Well, maybe I'm not that prepared for that particular question. But anyway, we would feel being helped if these programs of ours are echoed to the policy makers, to government policy makers. Most especially, I only presented the positive side of these programs. But the naked truth of these things is there is always, in my experience, there is always a question mark of the sustainability, which depends so much whatever programs that we infuse into the community. It is my humble opinion that there should always be values formation. Values should always be realigned. So if we could present these programs to policymakers, this is a good program, but we need that there is somebody who would take care on the aspect of the values formation. I think that would bring so much help to these programs of the Iloilo Provincial Agriculture Office. We could only do so much with the technology, especially nowadays that at the point of your finger, you can have so much information. But regardless of so much information, if we don't have the right values, these programs and the sustainability of this program would always be
thank you. You know, actually, you're one of the most impressive speakers I've heard. What we want to do, sir, if you don't mind, is give your phone number, office or cell number, because we think we can learn so much from you, and we will do what you said. We will echo what we can. But in addition, we're informing you that we are in touch with banks and different provincial people and government. As a matter of fact, we coordinated an interview with about 7 sitting senators. So we want to spread it. But could you possibly, we can learn so much from you, especially how to do values formation. Could you give us now your phone number verbally, either in the office or by cell, so we can learn and talk to you, sir?
Yeah, it would be a very great honor for me, no? Most especially that I'm nearing my retirement, no? If this forum, no, I would be able to sell the programs of the Iloilo Provincial Agriculture and enlarge why Iloilo Province is a good investment hub, then that's already a legacy for me. No?
Could you give us your phone number now verbally? Can you tell us your phone number so we can call you up, sir?
So
Can
my
you
phone
tell us
number
now? Yes.
So my phone number is 0928-765-7252.
Okay, one more time. 0928. One more time. Everybody take it down. 0928
0928-765-7252.
0928-765-7252. Thank you, sir. Because, sir, you are a light that should shine. And we want to help you help the light shine. And sometimes we get calls from all over the country for the speaker. So you're a God's blessing to us. Thank you, sir. Mr. Yupanco, thank you for allowing me to ask that question. Because
Yes.
going to so many people. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you also, Ernie, for asking that very, I would say, profound question. Let me open this basically this time for formal, how do you say that, questions and answer. But I'll start it, Hector, with my question. No? Can you name me 5 of your most or your best agricultural products that's prolific and thriving in Iloilo? 5. At least 5 products. Like, is it the goats? Is it the rice? Or is it the coffee? Most or the crabs or whatever.
Well, for me personally, no, it is the rice, the coffee. Goat production right now is a sunrise industry. No? And then as to fisheries, seaweed production.
Annabelle, yes, excuse me, Annabelle, could you please mute your what do you call that, Zoom? Thank you, Annabelle. Yes, I'm sorry, Hector. Go ahead.
Seaweed production.
Wow, seaweed.
Yeah, it's worth exploring. And I was not able to show you the fish cage production. This is producing high-value fish products.
Yes.
Which is also worth looking into. No? And Iloilo has a big potential for this.
Yes. Okay, great. No, kasi nadidinig ko, crabs, when you go to Iloilo, masarap yung crabs ninyo dyan. And then masarap rin yung inyong, how do you call it, oysters or something. That's what I hear always, no?
Yeah,
So,
the talaba.
yeah, talaba. So I just thought maybe if you wanna catch rabbits, you cannot catch 2. You wanna catch only 1. Okay. So maybe Iloilo should focus on at least top 5 agricultural products, so that you become known all over, not only in the Philippines but all over the world for your production. No, so yes, okay. So okay, guys, let's open this session. We have 10 more minutes for the formal, and then we'll like to transform to the informal part. So any question, guys? Okay.
Robert.
Yes. Oh, yes. Go ahead, Bernie. Yes.
Yeah. Hector, you mentioned no, that there were some negative aspects that you did not mention. Maybe you can give us a bird's eye view of what this is about and how you are dealing with them. Not to criticize, but as ways of being able to improve things.
Exactly. Okay. Good question, Bernie. Yes.
Well, I will just be focusing on one aspect, ma'am, no? Which I think this would generalize everything. No? And maybe all of us is experiencing this. No? A lot of administration has passed no? Since the EDSA revolution. We were participants on it. And always hopeful that there would be change. Our debt, the debt of the nation, always inflates. No, it has never gone down, and we see that people in the countryside no, are always depends on the dole out of the government. The government has been doling out. It's already been doling out for so much number of years. Are they sustainable? I don't think so. I have been in the government, and we always keep on creating programs to spoon feed the people that we serve. No? How I wish that more emphasis on values. No? If an agency could be created wherein it would inculcate it would have a different value orientation for the people, for our kids to start with. It should be embedded in the school that it is through our good values that we would able to defeat poverty. No? It is not about handing out goods. No? Just like this LCAP, the End Local Communist Armed Conflict. All of a sudden, we give out goods. So we're just trying to tell people that you can depend on us. We will be giving out. Another administration would be giving out another form of goods. No, just have the patience. No? So they would just keep on waiting. So how I wish, no, that values would be inculcated before all these programs are being implemented. That is my humble no, assessment of what's going on. No? Technology, we're spreading ourselves very thinly. The government can just hire so much. No? But if the few of us could inculcate the technology to the people with the right values, I think so much would be done for our country.
Very good. Very good. Hector, pwede ka na magpolitiko. Pag-retire mo, pwede ka na magpolitiko. Ang galing, ha?
Hindi
Parang
naman ano.
nakikinig ako, bobotohin kita.
Hindi. Nagaya-gaya ko lang. Gaya-gaya lang to.
Because siguro you always talk to the mayor and the governor, so nakukuha mo yung osmosis nila. But anyway, we have 5 more minutes for the formal part. So we'd like to get some, what do you call that, some of the members to ask questions. We have a very good speaker, so let's take advantage of him. Yes, maybe I'm hearing the body language of Ernie. Ernie, you have any question do you want to ask?
Oh, good morning. Congratulations, Mr. Malio. Yeah.
Thank you.
I've read before that about SEFDEC, Southeast Asian Fisheries.
Yeah, sir.
And that's in Iloilo.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned about crab farming. what about that lobster farming and also the poor man's fish that they are doing on research? Because fish meal is part of animal feeds, you know.
Okay, very good.
Yes, sir. Well, SIFDEC right now, no? Right now, SIFDEC is more on research. So right now, they are more into the mussel shells, no? Mussel shells production, that's the talaba, and the seaweed production, and the fish cage production, no? But so far, I think it's making a dent on our fisher folks, no? I could now see people engage in, and it has a bright future, no? I think kayo dyan sa Maynila, makakakita na kayo ngayon ng what do you call this? Pampano. The golden pampano.
Yes.
Yung puti. Kasi yung native natin na pampano which we
Right.
catch in the sea is itim.
Itim, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that
Yeah.
pampano, that golden pampano is a cultured pampano, no? And it tastes good, no? So it already begins to produce, no? And then we have the lapu-lapu, no? That's a fish cage. We're now trying to culture this high value species of fish, no? So slowly, as I said, slowly, we're making a dent, no, in trying our farmers to adopt this kind of technology. The sea is not getting any bigger, but population is, and we have to teach them how to be very efficient, no? So yung deep sea fishing, medyo depleted na yung dagat natin. So slowly but surely, no, SIFDEC is doing also their thing. And when in fact, for those who have been to Iloilo and going south of Iloilo, there's a place we call Oton, right after the city. There's a municipality of Oton. And we can now see these shells, no, being, yung lampirong, sa amin dito tawag lampirong, being sold beside the streets, no. I think for decades nawala itong lampirong na ito. And then we have the angel wing shell. We call it locally the diwal.
Yeah.
The produce is now making a progress, no? So that's also part of the contribution of SIFDEC.
Well, thank you. And I agree with you about values formation, not only on agriculture, but I think for the whole country. Thank you, Mr. Manyos.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, okay. So we have one more question for the formal. So one question maybe anybody wants to ask, like Rene Pamintuan. Okay, maybe you want to ask a question and then we end the formal. Okay, and any other people here who wants to ask a question? Yes. Okay. Henry, or you want to ask?
Ako na
Oh,
lang,
yes.
ako na lang.
Oh, sige, Ike. Please, Ike.
Yeah.
And then later on, then si Israel, yes.
Sir Hector, hindi ba yung Wagyu is not a breed, it is a method?
Pardon, sir?
Wagyu is not a breed, it is a method. Binanggit mo kasi kanina Wagyu is a breed.
Okay. So, sir, no, I'll try to research more on that, no, and if I'm confused, no, so my apologies, no. But that's how I understand it. No? When in fact we have, because we purchase what you call this, nitrogen, in order to preserve the semen of the cattle. So I could see on the labels of the semen that they label it as Wagyu. Maybe, sir, you're also right, no? Sometimes this is also prevalent, no? The younger generation, and nakita mo, I also fell a victim to it, no? Sometimes I do also get very complacent because information nowadays are so easy, no? So when we see things, we conclude that it's already right now. How I wish, no, I would have research on that more before concluding that Wagyu is a breed rather than as a method.
Baka po yung nag-supply sa inyo, ang ibig niya sabihin, yung semen na yun comes from a breed that is suitable for Wagyu production.
Yeah, thank you,
Baka
sir.
kulang lang yung labeling, no?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I'm concerned kasi baka mayroong misdeclaration eh. Baka mayroong untruth in packaging, and you could be paying a higher price for
Thank you.
something ordinary breed lang pala. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
sir, I'm very thankful, no, for
Yep.
for the
Okay.
enlightenment.
Let me try to answer
more
this.
study.
Yes, Ike and Hector. Wagyu is a breed from Japan. Okay, and it produces soft meat, no? So in fact, it used to be really pure in Japan, tapos nung bigla na lang nakawala yung may nag-smuggle out, it went to the States and into Australia. So there's a US Wagyu, and then there's also Australian Wagyu. So normally here in the Philippines, the people like ito sila Motorola, sila what do you call that? I forgot the name of, but dito, and then we have also a few more people. They crossbreed kasi ang Wagyu gusto niya sa cold weather, and then yung Brahma naman gusto niya. This is really suitable in the Philippines kasi matibay siya at sanay sa hot weather. So sinama nila yung dalawa, binreed nila yung Wagyu, okay, yung lambot, at saka yung Brahma naman yung tibay. So they call it Wagbra. Wagbra, no? So wag ka daw magbra, no? So that's the yeah, yan ang biro, Wagbra, no?
I think, Robert, may I?
Yes, go ahead.
I think I recall from our last speaker about Wagyu, they are using local breeds, but tracing them in the Wagyu method. Para ang lalabas, parang Wagyu beef pa rin, no? Now, as you said, baka yung real original Wagyu breed, I don't know. I'm not sure if you can import the semen. Baka bawal yun eh. So baka mayroong misrepresentation dyan sa nagbenta sa kanila. Yun ang concern ko.
Okay, yes. Well, if they did it the legal way, kami, because we import from Australia, okay, the semen of the Wagyu. Okay, and but Australian Wagyu is not as really pure as Japanese Wagyu. Though I like Australian Wagyu kasi medyo hindi siya masyadong daming taba. Okay, sa Japan halos 50% yata taba, no? So but if it's done through the legal way, through there's an Australian Austrade, okay, you can import it and it's not illegal. But if you smuggle it, that's another way. Before, what was illegal was when you try to bring the cow out of Japan. Okay, which nangyari, may mga nag-smuggle out from Japan to Australia and Japan to basically to United States. The Wagyu is almost like a breed, like a better breed than, of course, the Angus, which is color black. So we have in our farms, and it's there are a lot of people now doing this, and it's very good kasi malambot. Kasi yung Brahman matigas, so Brahman is known like medyo matigas-tigas. So that's what I know and what I've been researching on.
Oh,
So yes,
Hector, we can refer you to our previous speaker on Wagyu,
yeah.
si
Mhm.
Art Corpus. I will send you his
Mm-mm.
details so that
And
you can
you
Ay,
can
refer.
ay,
also
thank you.
ask ChatGPT and you can Google it, Hector,
Yeah,
about the Wagyu. Okay,
thank you.
and I yes, yes. All
Kasi
right.
yung
So, mhm.
excuse me sir
Sure.
yung sabi dito ni pari kong Google, no?
Google. Yeah.
Si
This
pari
is
kong Google.
it is a breed.
Wagyu is a Japanese beef
Breed.
cattle breed
Correct.
derived from native Asian cattle.
Okay.
Wagyu refers to all Japanese beef cattle where wa means Japanese and gyu means cow. No? Ito yung kay paring Google.
Exactly. Exactly
But
what
as
I said.
to the legality, no, of the semen that we're using, I'm pretty sure it's really above board because that is given to us by the National Dairy
Very
Authority. No?
okay.
And
Very good.
it comes from the government agencies. No? We don't buy those semen. No? It is provided for by the national government agencies.
There you are.
We
Very
only
good.
buy are the nitrogen tanks, the field nitrogen tanks, and the nitrogen. That's
Very
what
good.
we buy locally. But that the semen is provided for by the national government agencies.
Yes, yes. It will be nice sector if you have a chance to observe the the what do you call that, the farm of Agustines, which is in Alae, Bukidnon. So they have a Wagyu farm there, and some of them would crossbreed the Wagyu with the Brahman. So tawag nila Wagbra.
Robert,
Yes.
may
Mhm.
sinabi din si Mr. Google sa akin. Ang pangalan ng breed,
University of Google. Yeah,
ang pangalan ng breed, Japanese.
that's why. Exactly.
Okay. That's the name of the breed. The breed is not called Wagyu. No? Apat na
Okay.
Japanese breed, they're collectively known as suitable for Wagyu production.
Okay.
Oo.
All right.
Oo.
Yes. Well, actually, it's like saying thoroughbred, okay, which is a crossbreed between Arabian horse and an Israel, what the Ireland horse. Parang naging ganun ng para bang semantics eh. No? But anyway, to end this formal, then we can talk about the informal. We'd like to thank you, Hector, for a very good and profound talk. And we'd like to present to you, okay, Bernie, could you present the certificate and let me read it? Yes. Okay, there you are. ABC map. Okay, Agricultural Business Development Council of the Philippine Foundation presents this certificate of appreciation to Hector Malo, future politician. Joke lang, no? As resource speaker, no, given this day by Julio, signed by Chairman Julius Barcelona and of course President Ernest Ordonez. So thank you so much really for spending your time. And normally after this, we have a little announcement and then we have the informal talk, questions and answers. Pwede natin ituloy yung questions ni Ike, which is very valid as well. And then also, I think we have one question here, kay Israel, who wanted to what do you call this to ask some questions. So thank you so much, Hector. I hope you received this certificate. Now may we open a question now to the informal, which will end at 10 o'clock. No,